Right, today is December 31st, 2020, and I'm in New York right now. It's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and in about 9 hours, we're going to enter the 2021, and the 2020 become history, and I'm sure that history going to write a lot about this 2020. But what we're going to remember 2020 is the coronavirus year or coronavirus pandemic year. In the course of battling this deadly disease, there are numerous heroes in our society. The doctors, nurses, frontliners, and everyone working hard to make our society functional. They're all heroes. But today we elect Dr. Anthony Fauci as Kcancer hero. And he's really made great contribution to guide us to fight against this deadly disease. Just in case you don't know who is Dr. Anthony Fauci, and here just a very short introduction of video on Dr. Anthony Fauci. Here's the video.
All right, thank you very much, David, and Dean Hollerith for getting us started. So David has introduced Dr. Fauci. I won't add to that except to say he left out two key things. He has his own Topps baseball card and a bobblehead doll that somehow in this weird year that is 2020, America's leading rock star is an epidemiologist. So here's my first question. President Trump has suggested he might fire you. President-elect Biden has said he might promote you. You're a 79-year-old man, which sounds like a better deal.
Well, I think the important response to that, which I get asked often, is that my job as a director of an NIH institute and as a public health official is to focus entirely on what my mission and our goal is, which is to use science and health to preserve the health, the safety, and the welfare of the American people, regardless of what the administration is. As you know, and many people know, that I have had the privilege of serving 6 presidents since I became director of the NIAID in 1984. And that's what we focus on as scientists. I know we're living in a charged political environment, but that's something that is not primary for us. We just continue to do our job to force the public.
From this short video, we can see that Dr. Fauci's mission is very, very clear. And his goal is very, very clear, is that use power scientific tools to protect the American public from infectious diseases. And this is a lifetime mission for Dr. Anthony Fauci. And as a physician with National Institute of Health, Dr. Fauci has served American public health in various capacities for more than 50 years. And Dr. Arthur was appointed director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases by President Ronald Reagan in 1984. And he has been hold this position for more than 36 years. As I mentioned in his talk, he served more than 36 years and 6 presidents during his time served as director of the institute. And since January 2020, he has been one of the leading members of the Trump administration White House Coronavirus Task Force. He has actively participated in the decision-making regarding COVID-19 pandemic in the United States. And if you want to know the history of the war against COVID-19, you just need to follow Dr. Anthony Fauci's timeline and his own coronavirus activity, which displayed the major history war against COVID-19 in the United States. And we just look at some very, very brief activity, what he had during the year of 2020. We all know that January 2020 2020 is the first case of COVID-19 reported in Seattle, in the Washington state. And of course, we know that January 29, 2020, the coronavirus task force was established. Dr. Fauci was appointed to this task force. And Dr. Fauci support to give travel restriction, especially restrict people from China to the United States on January 31st, 2020. And this is 1 year ago. And during the entire process, Dr. Anthony Fauci always tried to use scientific ways to convince the public and also convince the person to take appropriate action against COVID-19. And in February 10, 2020, President Trump claimed that coronavirus would be gone by April when the weather gets warmer. And Dr. Anthony Fauci was indicated there's no scientific evidence to show the virus was going to disappear when the warm weather is coming. And there's so many stories during the entire process. And one thing I should point out that I as an independent individual scientist, actually predict the coronavirus pandemic was here on February 2020. And if you like to see this this video, I have a video on this. You can click here, get to learn more. What I don't know is that I don't know why Dr. Anthony Fauci make this decision that he call this COVID-19 pandemic, and as early as I did on February 22nd, 2020. And because if you call the pandemic, and then you have more resource and let people pay attention to that this pandemic. There's so many story about this Anthony Fauci's efforts to. And for example, on March 24th, 2020, Dr. Fauci disagreed with President's suggestion we should open by April 12th. And also, Anthony Fauci was get a lot of attack from people, Republic, and they always think that Dr. Anthony Fauci make decision based on the political reason. And the entire process is so much, but you can see from video, Dr. Anthony Fauci's only mission is to protect United States, protect people in the United States from the infectious diseases, and based on this scientific evidence. So during the entire process, there's so much fight, and even during campaign, we just go to maybe go through all this. We just go to the last one in this day before this November 14 presidential election. And the eve of United States presidential election speak after midnight for 4 days of campaign. And the President Trump was complaining about news media coverage about COVID-19 when the crowd broke out into the fire Fauci. And here's President Trump's reply to this crowd. And President Trump said, "Don't tell anybody. Let me wait until a little bit after election." So now history become history. Trump is lost. And he lost to have reason. And in this case, Dr. Anthony Anthony Fauci's win. And one thing, there's so many things the government done is responsible for this deadly disease. And this just show you one example. President Trump, just 3 months before the outbreak, cut off funding for the emergency pandemic. And throughout the program, and March placed early warning system that had been identified hundreds of dangerous Asian passengers, and most likely coronaviruses. And that's caused jump from animal to humans. And if we have this program, it's possible that we have much effective system to monitor, control, and prevent COVID-19 from happening in the United States. From this event alone, I feel deep sorrow for the United States and for the people who elect a leader without any government experience. In this case, the businessmen try to save few $1 million to stop such very important program. By the end, the disaster cost United States $1 million and more than 300,000 lives. And this is also an uneventful since for Dr. Fauci, who is at the top position of the National Infectious Diseases. And he made no protest against Trump's decision on this. And there's so many decisions to make in the government. So as of today, December 31st, 2020, in the United States, there are more than 20 million coronavirus cases and more than 350,000 deaths. As I mentioned, government has undeniable responsibility for this. And even so, today we nominate Dr. Anthony Fauci as a hero. And it's undoubted that he played a very important role to protect us. But there are so many things happening during the year of 2020. And we are going to read in history, historians to write why this happened, what went wrong. And history is going to give us a clear answer. For now, let's celebrate Dr. Anthony Fauci as Kcancer hero. And he's undoubtedly that play a critical role to protect us and protect the United States from this disaster. Even so, the disaster happens, but things can get much more worse than this. We know that in January 2020, Dr. Fauci will become the chief medical advisor to President in the Biden administration. We are going to see what will happen in the future, but we know it is not easy in the beginning of the year. But we wish that the situation will going to become better, and I have confidence on Dr. Anthony Fauci, who are going to give us clear instruction how to fight this war against this coronavirus, and we are going to win in the end. I'm 100% sure that the year of 2020 will be remember us win for us, win for the human race against this COVID-19 disease. Happy New Year for everyone. Wish you a healthy and happy 2021. Bye.